everyone, Rabia here. I'm an entrepreneur in residence. I came from Germany to reach out to Samar here in Dubai. And yes, Samar.
Yeah, so guys, a few months ago, Rabia reached out to me saying that I would like to start a business and I'll be in Dubai. Would love to catch up and maybe do an internship. So I'm always trying to come up with new ideas, as you probably know. So I came out with the small 3-month sort of internship slash plan. Where we'll experiment. If she can start a new business or essentially build a new pseudo business, and if she can become an entrepreneur.
Yeah, my first question for you will be maybe also the most important question for me is why do most of the businesses fail?
Yeah, it's a tough one to start with. See, I've been doing this for about 13-14 years now, and most of the customers we have had have been entrepreneurs, right? And what I've seen is like 60 to 80% of them fail in our customers, right? So I can tell you more about them, but what I've seen is the biggest reason of failure. The first reason of failure is they'll, so I'll give you first context, right? What's the kind of entrepreneur I'm talking about? There's a person who basically wants to start an on-demand business. Could be a taxi company, it could be a food delivery company, grocery delivery company, beauty at home services company, anything on demand really. That's where we focus on. That's what our platform is about. So the biggest thing that really goes wrong is, number one, they can't create a brand, right? They don't understand how to create a brand. They think that they'll make an app and it will just start working. But essentially, making an app is really the first step, and it doesn't really just work automatically. So they don't understand branding, and they don't understand how to create a brand in minds of the customers. Number two is they create a platform. They're actually spending most of the time way too much on creation of a platform, but they don't allocate enough budget and effort on marketing. Right? Again, my suggestion to every entrepreneur out there is 80% of your effort should go to marketing and sales in the beginning. That's what the most important piece is, and this is where a lot of people fail. And another factor, people come into an on-demand business, which is predominantly a technology-focused business today, and they don't understand technology. They feel that they don't need to understand technology. So it's I'll give you an analogy around it. Like, I go to a dealership and buy a car, but I don't know how to drive. And I expect if I buy a car, the car should essentially just work. But I have to know how to drive, for it to work. So yeah, it's essentially these are the things that most entrepreneurs fail on. And our project is essentially in that space. Like, how can we do something where Rabia can actually help and coordinate everything, and we can maybe try a different way to entrepreneurship.
And what would you say concrete, what is the experience you will do on that?
Yeah, so our experiment is this, guys. So I've been doing this for a few months now, myself. So in the last 2 years, we've bought 2 companies, or actually 3 companies across the world, which were an old gen on-demand business. What I mean by that is, let's say a laundry shop, right? It's a profitable laundry shop. That I would say an old gen on-demand business, because there's no technology involved, and the person is running this business profitably, and this person is basically having a good community feedback, etc., and now wants to retire, right? So owners want to retire or move countries, etc., etc., so they want to sell this business. And what we are trying to explore is, can we bring in entrepreneurs, right, who are essentially either doing a job, want to do it as a side gig, or want to become a full-time entrepreneur or financially independent, right? And rather than starting from scratch, they take offline on-demand business like a grocery delivery business, right, and make it into a on-demand technology-driven business, right? So that's, I think, the project we want to explore in the next few months. We already are doing it. My personal exploration in this in this idea is already showing some good results. Over the next few weeks or so, you'll see that. But I think I want to give it a little bit of structure with Rabia running it, and we'll keep you updated on the journey.
And like, why you decided to do it like this? What do you think are the advantages of an already existing on-demand business rather than a new one?
Sure. So, see, obviously, it's there are certain advantages and disadvantages, honestly. But let me tell you a little bit of advantages. One, these are already profitable businesses. So from day one, you have cash flow, which is positive. So that pressure of runway or running out of money is not there. So it's much low stress than, let's say, jumping into new. Two, the brand is already decided, right? I mean, if you look at local community brands, they're mostly have a decent set of regular customers. So the brand is already sorted, right? And third, which is also super critical, the team is already in place, right? So profitability, the brand is sorted, the customer base is sorted, and then the team is in place. So I think these are big advantages. Yeah.
So then tell us, what's the plan?
Sure. So the plan is, it's not really very complicated plan, but we want to bring in three types of people together, right? One is, there are a lot of consultants whose job is to find small businesses and sell those small businesses. I'm in touch with a few of them since a few past months. So we'll bring them together, right, and try to create a pipeline of these businesses which are looking for new owners. And two, we will bring together a bunch of founders who are looking to buy an existing, a lot of times they might even be starting to think of a business to start, but it probably makes more sense to buy it out than to start from scratch. And we'll find a bunch of these founders who are looking to do that. And third is, we also have, in fact, a few friends of mine, I was telling them that I've been buying some companies lately where we do operations and stuff. What happened is, this guy said, okay, can I invest in some of these deals? And I thought, okay, that's interesting, because these people are not like VC or angel investors. They are not looking for 20-30x returns, right? They're looking at maybe 15 to 20% return yearly, which is still a very good return, but it's much lower risk, right? So think about a typical deal, right? You buy a business, let's say for $50,000, and you spend over $50,000 in revamp, everything, so about $100,000 deal over a period of a year. For a new entrepreneur, it's probably difficult to kind of finance it all themselves. So an investor comes in, puts in 60,000, and a typical structure we are thinking that makes sense is a deal where the entrepreneur should have a certain time window where they can buy the entrepreneur out, the investor out for a certain return, say 18% per annum, and the entrepreneur gets to keep most of the equity, the investor makes a decent return, and it's a little bit of a win-win for all. So we try to bring together these three pillars of this plan for the next few months, see how things go, and that's the idea. We are already doing it. We are doing it with one or two, 2 or 3 of these businesses presently ourselves, but I would rather have entrepreneurs do it than do it myself.
Yeah, definitely sounds like a plan. But for our audience, what you would say are the things they have to be careful of or think about, or what concerns they can be?
Sure. So I think a lot of founders get into startups or start thinking about doing a startup, thinking that they'll raise a lot of VC money and exit quickly. And I think this is not the plan for that. For that there are a lot of things which are high risk. There's some technology involved where you're actually building some new technology or some new business model. This is not that, right? This is more to get financial independence, be your own boss, and have your own schedule. It's not going to make you a billionaire. Hopefully, yes, maybe in 10 years, 20 years, if you hustle it out. But that's not the idea. This is to build slow growing, profitable businesses. And your expectations should be very genuine when you come into that. So I think that's what I would say, because a lot of people think that, okay, now how do I get VC money?
Yeah.
And I think that's not the right reason to get into
Yeah.
this. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Samar, for your time, and hope you guys enjoyed that video.
We'll keep you posted, and over the next few months and few weeks, you'll see like how things are going, how we are progressing about it, and we'll keep you posted on this. And yeah, maybe in the end of 3 months you'll be a successful entrepreneur.
Yeah, maybe.
Thank you. Thanks guys.
Bye.